Welcome to one of nature's most fascinating beginnings of fraternal twins. This is how fraternal twins begin, from the first signal to implantation. Let's learn together. Fraternal twins, also called dizygotic twins, are twins who develop from two different eggs and two different sperm in the same pregnancy. They are as genetically similar as regular siblings, but they share the womb at the same time. The journey of fraternal twins begins even before fertilization, with signals in the mother's body that prepare for something extraordinary. Let's walk through this process step by step, from the very beginning to implantation, in a clear and engaging way. 1. The body prepares. Hormonal signals start the process. Every pregnancy begins with hormones. At the start of a menstrual cycle, the brain releases follicle-stimulating hormone FSH. This hormone tells the ovaries to prepare eggs for release. In most cycles, one egg matures, but in some cycles, two eggs mature at the same time. When this happens, the woman becomes capable of conceiving fraternal twins. This is called double ovulation. It is influenced by genetics often running in families, maternal age more common in women over 30, previous pregnancies, and sometimes fertility treatments. Inside each ovary, eggs mature in tiny fluid-filled sacs called follicles. When the follicles mature fully in one cycle, two eggs are released instead of one. 2. Ovulation. Two eggs are released. Around the middle of the menstrual cycle, another hormone, luteinizing hormone LH, surges. This surge causes ovulation. In fraternal twin formation, two separate eggs are released either from the same ovary or one egg from each ovary. Each egg is released into the pelvic area and is gently swept into a fallopian tube by finger-like structures called fimbria. At this point, the two eggs are completely independent of each other. They are not connected in any way. Each egg can survive for about 12 to 24 hours after ovulation. During this short window, fertilization must occur for pregnancy to begin. 3. Sperm entry. Millions begin the journey. During sexual intercourse, semen is released into the vagina containing millions of sperm. Although the number is huge, only a few hundred will survive the journey. Sperm travel from the vagina through the cervix into the uterus and then into the fallopian tubes. This journey can take minutes to hours, and sperm can survive inside the female reproductive tract for up to 5 days. Because there are two eggs present in fraternal twin conception, two different sperm cells are required, one for each egg. 4. Fertilization. To separate unions occur. Fertilization usually happens in the outer part of the fallopian tube. Each egg is surrounded by a protective layer called the zona pellucida. When a sperm reaches an egg, it releases enzymes that help it break through this layer. In fraternal twins, one sperm fertilizes the first egg. Another sperm fertilizes the second egg. These are two separate fertilization events. Once a sperm enters an egg, the egg's membrane changes to block other sperm from entering. Each fertilized egg is now called a zygote. Because they came from different eggs and different sperm, the two zygotes have different genetic material. This means fraternal twins can be boy and girl, two boys or two girls, look different, have different blood types, inherit different traits. 5. Early cell division. To embryos begin growing. Within about 24 hours after fertilization, each zygote begins to divide. This process is called cleavage. The single cell divides into 2 cells, then 4, then 8, and continues dividing as it moves down the fallopian tube toward the uterus. At this stage, each embryo develops independently. Each forms its own group of cells. Each has its own developmental pace. By day 3 to 4, each embryo becomes a morula, a solid ball of cells. By day 5, it turns into a blastocyst, which has an inner cell mass, future baby, an outer layer, future placenta. 6. Journey to the uterus. Timing is perfected. While the embryos are dividing, the uterus is also changing. Rising levels of progesterone prepare the uterine lining called the endometrium to receive and support the embryos. Each blastocyst travels separately into the uterus. They may arrive at the same time or a few hours or even a day apart. Despite sharing the same uterus, they remain separate embryos, each seeking a safe place to attach. 7. Implantation. To new lives settle in. Implantation usually occurs 6 to 10 days after fertilization. Each blastocyst attaches to the uterine lining and begins to burrow into it. In fraternal twins, each embryo implants independently. Each forms its own placenta. Each develops its own amniotic sac. This setup is called dichorionic diamniotic twins, the most common and safest twin arrangement. Once implantation is successful, the embryos begin releasing human chorionic gonadotropin HCG, the hormone detected by pregnancy tests. Conclusion? Fraternal twins begin with 2 eggs to sperm and to separate beginnings all within one remarkable pregnancy. From double ovulation to independent fertilization, division, and implantation, each twin follows its own path while growing side by side in the womb. This beautiful process explains why fraternal twins are unique individuals who simply share the same starting time in life.